You clicked on this video because you're probably thinking, I'm not rich, and you eventually want to say, I am rich. If this is true, good. This means you're in the right spot. Now let's not waste your time and let's get right into it. First, let's give you some hope why I think you, me, and everyone has the opportunity to get rich if they want to. Reason number one, millionaires are made, not born. Studies showed that 79% of millionaires received absolutely zero inheritance whatsoever from their parents/family members. This is good because it dispels the myth that rich people are only rich because they were handed their wealth. And you need to recognize this truth if you want any shot at becoming rich. If you don't believe that you can become wealthy, you won't do the things that make you wealthy, and that's the only way to 100% guarantee yourself that you won't reach your goal of being wealthy. Reason number two, you don't need to be an entrepreneur or a CEO. According to the same study, the top 5 careers for millionaires are as follows: engineers, accountants, teachers, management, and attorneys. All great careers, but they aren't making millions a year, except for a limited percent in each of these categories. Of these millionaires studied, only 15% served in senior leadership roles, such as C-suite positions. And further, only 31% averaged over $100,000 a year over the course of their career. And on top of that, 1/3 said they never made 6 figures ever in their life. So what does this tell us? We don't need to make millions or even hundreds of thousands if we want to become millionaires. This is great news for the average person because it shows that becoming a millionaire is more of a money management task than an income generation task. Cool. Now that we know we can get rich, how do we do it? And luckily for us, there's others who have gone before us and figured this out. The first thing we need to know is that we need to give ourselves time. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but it's the truth. Time does a lot of things for growing wealth. First, it allows you time to increase your salary. The general trend is that the longer you work in a given field, the more your income will go up over time. As your experience and knowledge go up, so does your income. Most people end up making more in the years leading up to retirement than at the beginning of their career, and that just makes sense. You wouldn't expect to earn more when you know less, right? Now, the second thing time does is it allows for compound interest to work its magic. The simplest way to explain compound interest is that it's the interest you earn on both your initial investment as well as interest that is already earned. It can be somewhat of a hard concept to explain without an example, so let's say you invest $1,000 a month with an annual return of 7%. Over the course of 40 years, you would put in $480,000, but you would end up with a whopping $2.4 million. Insane, right? But see, the thing here is that it doesn't just make you rich instantly. You have to be patient. I know this is unfortunate again, but it's the truth. 3 out of 4 millionaires agreed with this and said that regular, consistent investing over a long period of time leads to success. Now, on top of this fact, 8 out of 10 millionaires also said they invested in their 401k, which led to their success. Now, I won't go over it all here, but here's a quick 401k crash course. You make money. Before you owe taxes on it, you contribute some to your employer-sponsored 401k retirement account. You then invest in different mutual funds, ETFs, and things like that. And finally, you continue to do this and let your money grow over time. And when you get to retirement age, you can pull it out and pay tax on the money then. The reason that this is such a big contributor to so many people's wealth is that the stock market tends to grow over time and compound interest builds on itself to accelerate your wealth journey. I think a general guideline here would be to put 15% of your income towards retirement, and you likely will end up being a millionaire if you stay consistent. Now, this brings me to the third and most important thing that those who are rich do, and that's living on less than you make. In fact, 94% of millionaires studied said they live on less than they make, which means this is as close to an imperative part of the journey as you will get. Quite simply, if you spend more money than you make, you're not going to be rich. And this may sound obvious, but unfortunately for tons of people, they don't do this and they live a life leveraged by excessive debt to fund a lifestyle they can't afford. So, if you want to be rich, you really just need to do the basics of personal finance well, and the rest will fall into place. Many people try to overcomplicate it, but data shows us it's actually not that hard if you're just intentional and do these simple steps. I hope this video helped to instill some belief in you, and if you're interested by this topic, I think you would also like this video over here. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.